Hi, my name's Daniel Smith. Welcome to another episode of Two Aspies and a Settee. This episode is on humour and autism. My name is Daniel, my co-host Paul Wadey, and our guest today is stand-up comedian Don Biswas.
Hello.
Okay, we're going to get straight with the news. The first bit of news is the science. This is on autism is not a disorder of the brain but a mouse study suggestion. This is coming from Cell Press. Autism spectrum are generally thought to be a cause of a defect in the brain developed, but a study in mice have now suggested that at least some aspects of the disorder, including how touch is perceived, anxiety and social aberrations or amenabilities, are linked to defects in another area of the nervous system. The perceptual nerves are found throughout the limbs and digits and other parts of the body in communicating sensory information to the brain. Now, the reason why I've brought this up, guys, is because throughout this whole study, they've done it on mice, which in the first half, they admitted that they literally changed the genetics of the mice in the first place just to try.
Yeah, they created mutant mice who are highly sensitive. Mutant mice. You kind of breathe on them. They were blowing little bursts of air on the back of the mice, and the mice go, you know, because they bred these things. They called them mutants. You see. I don't know. Anyway, they're trying to prove that our neurodiversity exists in our nervous systems as well as our brains.
So we can change it, which is a bit dodgy, isn't it?
Yeah, because basically, I will give them credit to the authors. They did actually try to make this clear. This was not a method towards a cure for autism. They just said that it was something they found in the process of doing this experiment, that there is a likelihood that this is what's happening inside an autistic person's body, that they believe that certain areas of the body have a different form of communication between one another rather than an agreed form of communication. I think that's about the most simple way of putting it, really.
Yeah.
So basically what they're trying to say is the fact that your brain, the head office, is sent out a message to the rest of your body, which is like the council's estates or something, and those are them. Then they're trying to communicate back to head office, but through smoke signals rather than the telephone, and so they believe it because of this. This is causing the problem within inside the body to communicate, and therefore the nervous system is reacting in a different way depending where in the body it's being touched, whether it's like the mouse's body. But this is what they're trying to. Yeah, but this is what they were trying to say. That they believe it's the same for the human. Yeah. And
well, can we try that now? Anything happening? Oh, there you go. You see, there must be something in it. It's over here. Whoa, you see, nothing happening. Oh, don't.
Yeah. So anyway, going through this, they basically just saying.
You haven't touched my thigh yet. And again.
Sorry.
Thank you. You may continue.
So anyway, the author David Glint, a professor of neurobiology at Harvard Medical School, and also a Howard Hughes Medical Institute investigator, has advances in mouse genetics, altering them only into certain types of nervous cell. The mutations known to be associated with ASD, in particular, focused on MECP2. Which is a cause through Rett syndrome, and GAP NRB3, which is connected to ASD-like behaviours. Now, the major goal that they were aiming for was in the nervous system, the problems to occur, engineering the mice to mutant only to enable for a hypersensitivity to touch. The mice with the ASD gene and heightened sensitivity showed similarities to ASD. This is where the whole autistic thing is being connected to.
So were they absolutely obsessive compulsive about cheese? Do they only communicate through strange animalistic noises like You've got a point.
Could well be. It showed heightened anxiety. So basically what they found out was that with these genetic mutated mice, the anxiety levels were higher because of the amount of touching and everything that's helping. Well, I'm sorry, but if you've got someone or a mouse in a room, or any animal, human or not, and you start poking the heck out of it, yeah, I think the anxiety level is going to be pretty high.
These mice they're usually laid back creatures. They sit there going... They're not like running all over the place, hysterical, not mice.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think they're telling a tale?
I don't know.
See, I could be funny as well.
All I'm thinking about is autistic mice. I don't know.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just if these mice are autistic in the first place, have they got any role models to help them? Is Mickey Mouse autistic?
That's a very good point, yeah.
Or Danger Mouse, is he autistic?
Danger Mouse, yeah, he's disabled, he's got an iPad.
Yeah, that's why he struggles to make eye contact. I had that joke in my head. Yeah, but I think this is dangerous because
yeah,
as you said, that they're going to be sensitive if you keep poking them. So I mean,
but it's also dangerous to us because in this, all right, they've admitted that it's not aiming towards a cure. But because what they want to do next is they're going to try and do a reversal engineering on it. But that is, I think, where the danger is going to be, because if they try to then work a way of desensitising the mouse, so they take it back from being hypersensitive back to a normal level, if they're successful in this, then this could be viewed by others as a cure to people on the spectrum, and it won't be, because all it will cure, or all it will affect, is it will affect the ability of that autistic person's on their touch and their sensitivity to textures and things like that.
Actually,
which
all
could
it'll
be,
cure is nervous mice.
yeah.
Pretty much. I don't think it will actually work on people as well as they think that it could
works
do.
on mice.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Well, the thing is, they do try it on people. Cheese is a very popular food anyway.
The next story
Just saying.
is Kerry Rivers. As you may
Kerry
know,
Rivera.
Kerry Rivera. Sorry, I got it wrong. Kerry Rivera. Now, Kerry Rivera, she was known for the one to start off whole of this, trying to cure autism through the use of...
Can I explain it?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
2 years ago, Kerry Rivera started thinking, because she got in contact with a crazy man who runs a bogus church and is a sort of self-made doctor in America. But autism was caused by worms, parasitic worms in your gut, your body, in children. And she believed that through dosing children with ferric chloride solution, which is a bleach, which is a poison, in doses that weren't lethal, but weren't harmful. How can they not be harmful? It's bleach, if you get enough of it in the body. That you could cure autism. So she's literally spent 2 years campaigning. She's got a book out, How to Poison Your Kids. She's got supporters all over the world sending her testimonial pictures. You see there's one just dropped dead there, out of shock. That it's working, and of course the kids are getting older and the social skills are developing. My God, my son could never make eye contact, and now he's staring straight at me every time I give him ferric chloride. My daughter could never speak, and now she complains every time I give her poison bleach. And what's happened is that she even went to that autism conference in America, and there's a very disturbing film of Kerry Rivera speaking with a whole panel, a gang of like 20 other women, all with matching I Love Kerry Rivera style t-shirts, going every chance they get. And then at the end she gets this autistic girl who was like 10 or 12 who's supposed to be cured by this, and Rivera's like, I love you, I'm touching her, and the girl's like, and you see her eyes going and her hands going, you're obviously autistic, Aspie like ourselves, and saying, I'm alright now, I've done all this ferric chloride for 2 years, and now I'm like a normal person, and I'm really cool, and I'm like together, and suddenly Rivera's gone on the run to Germany, and she's posted, and read us the post.
Yeah, she posted on Facebook, due to personal issues, I have decided that my mission is complete. I have left a book that is my legacy. My book is not a medical advice, only my observations along the journey. Beginning today, I am closing the websites, social media, the consultations, the connection to autism world forever. Best wishes, Kerry Rivera.
I can't believe this story. I'm just speechless about it.
Yeah. Now, part of the people that helped to bring her down was someone we know, and we were hoping to have a guest as on our show, was Emma Dalmain, who had been campaigning tirelessly against
with her friend in Dublin, Fiona O'Leary. They're both mothers.
Yep.
They both have many children. They've got a lot of responsibility on their hands. They really have, particularly Emma.
And I would like to...
Still, she carries on.
Yeah.
Really respect what Emma does, and I support her work very much.
And thank you a lot for doing what you've done. It's helped bring this person out of any contact with the media now, and from carrying on this dangerous form of experimentation to be classed as a cure when there is no such thing. So all I can say for you, Kerry, though, is this. Epic fail. You've lost, we won.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
So long. She'd never drink the bleach herself. Would she? Did she ever? No. It's like chasing the dragon. You get too much, you overdose. You get too little, you don't get the effect. So as the kids got older, they were measuring these doses, these parents, and they were using enemas. You'd see a photograph of a kit. It's like this pad you sit on, this waterproof little corral for the fluid, and a tube, and they were getting their children to sit on it, sticking it up the backside. And,
It's horrible.
Horrible.
Anyway, last bit of news, slightly upsetting but ends well. A year ago, Rebecca Lynn, a girl who was wanted to celebrate her 18th birthday, invited her friends, and no one turned up. No one even made any contact.
Who did she invite? So it says everyone in school, wasn't it?
Yeah, she invited everyone in school.
Yeah.
And no one turned up. No one even had the decency to even say why. Just didn't show. Now, her cousin explained this on Facebook and through the media, that she was really upset by this. And so her cousin put out what had happened to her cousin and at her 18th birthday, and that no one turned up. So this year, on Rebecca's 19th birthday, loads of people donated everything from money, presents to this girl to help her celebrate a brilliant 19th birthday this year. And this girl being autistic, I think this is showing that there are people in this world who do care about autistic people and show that, you know, that they're not going to be forgotten like her school friends demonstrated to her on the 18th birthday.
Sorry. I've heard about this story as well.
Yeah.
And I gave her a present.
Did you?
Bleach.
Oh, darling.
It's for your own good, dear. That's what you said. Yeah.
The thing is, how is she going to live up to it? Because her birthday was the 18th. Her 19th birthday was really good. Next year, she has to do even better.
Yeah.
Like get a helicopter.
Get a helicopter.
Get a petting zoo or something.
Yeah. I could see that, but I think the main part of it is that it's shown that at least, the way her cousin went about it, at least it showed that in the world there are people that care.
Yeah.
Even for people on the spectrum.
The moral of this story is that if you want a good birthday party, pretend to be autistic. That's the issue. The people would start donating, won't they? Something is wrong, that you know.
I've got PayPal. Bitcoins, anything. Please give, James. That's what I say at the end of my show of a bucket collection when I'm on the fringe. And I'm like, please give to the autistic.
He's not even autistic, Paul, are you? He's got a good birthday.
Well, complete fraud, really.
Now, Don being our guest today, it's about humour and autism. As you can see so far, there's been some brilliant demonstrations of this.
Well, not so brilliant.
What we're going to try and dispel today is just dispel the fact that the media portrays autistic people as non-funny, non-understanding of any kind of amusement or anything that is involving humour. They basically try to make out that if someone tells us a joke, we're just never going to get it, or that we don't even have humour in ourselves.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do today is prove that this is definitely not the case.
Yeah.
So, Don, how did you feel when you got diagnosed?
I got diagnosed with mild traits of Asperger's syndrome. It was a relief because it explained a lot of things.
Yeah.
When I was younger, like struggling to make friendships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was a huge relief. So
That's good.
it was great, yeah.
What struggles did you face before you got diagnosed, and how did that make you feel?
I think the struggles I faced were just because I'm dyspraxic as well, which affects coordination and organisation.
Yeah.
It's just that people often called you lazy, stuff like that, and stuff like it's lazy and that you won't try hard enough or stuff like that, or it was your own fault that you weren't achieving things and stuff like that.
Okay. Do you still have any struggles that you having to deal with now after the diagnosis?
Well, I come from an Asian family, so if they can't see it, it doesn't exist. So there is that, because I've only got mild traits, so
Yeah.
so there is that. I think that a lot of people with disability in the Asian community, or when they come from a strict family, will struggle. Because if they can't fully see it, and it doesn't exist. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it means, for me, the good thing about it is not to put too much pressure on myself. There's a reason why I act a certain way, so.
Okay.
Not funny so far, by the way.
Okay, so you've decided that comedy is the thing you like doing most. Which comedians that inspired you to go down this route into stand-up comedy?
There's been loads. I mean, there's a guy called Paul Sinner who's really great. Just check him out. He's on The Chase, and he's a great gag writer. He talks about being Asian and stuff like that. He talks about being gay, and he talks about just his life in general as an ex-doctor. But he's just a great gag writer. So, and there's gag merchants like Jimmy Carr and Gary Delaney.
Yeah.
But as I talk more about politics, I think the biggest influence has been people like Bill Hicks.
Excellent.
Because he just stood up for what he believed in. And people don't do that anymore, and I think it needs to... Because everyone's going in the same direction in terms of society and comedy, and I think it takes a few of us to talk about other stuff that's not being said, about how, like disabled people are not getting a fair hearing with all the austerity cuts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we need someone to talk about that and champion that.
Is this why you've chosen to focus your routine on politics mainly?
No, the main reason why I focus on politics and talk about Asperger's is because I realised that there's too many Asian comedians on the circuit to compete with. So you know, I need a different angle, you know.
So to find your niche, you went into politics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully no one else does politics. So it's too much competition. But yeah, it's something I'm passionate about as well. So.
Excellent. It does show in things you've said. What are your thoughts on humour and autism?
My thoughts on humour. I think the weird thing is, when I got diagnosed with mild traits, a lot of people think that there's nothing wrong with me. I've had parents come up to me after shows and say that there's nothing wrong with you. And I think that's a misconception, is that they say that all autistic people are exactly the same, or slightly autistic. That they're all like this Rain Man, emotionless, lack of sense of humour.
Yeah.
And it's not true, and I think it's a bit close-minded. When we all have problems with communication difficulties, but a lot of people, autistic people, can be extroverts. They just not know how to shut up. So, sorry, Paul.
I've done a grand job. I was going to give him some space, let him speak before I rule the day. I know. I'm just trying to be, let you go.
I believe that that's, like you say, that there's this narrow-mindedness, but a lot of that, and I think it's part of the reason why I do this show, is because of the media, and because of the way that the media is only ever focused on the very extreme or rare traits and problems.
The frame of reference you're using as well, something wrong, nothing wrong with you, disorders. It's like our natures are always stigmatised.
Yeah. It's just one type, and it's very narrow-minded. So that's the thing, and I talk about in my comedy that maybe I'm not autistic because one of the main symptoms of Asperger's syndrome is having one-sided conversations with other people.
Yeah.
That's not Asperger's syndrome, that's a stand-up comedian. I think my diagnosis got mixed up with someone who's genuinely autistic.
I got mixed up once. I was taken to A&E. I had gastronitis and twisted bowel, and Helen would evade to this. I was in Woolwich Queen Elizabeth Hospital. I'd got taken into the A&E emergency ward bit. And I was on the bed, and this nurse comes around and starts going, "Mr. Smith, I see you're a 60-year-old man and you've got this problem, that problem." And at this point, this person hadn't even looked up or made in. The moment she looked up and looked at me, and I looked at her and I went, "When did I turn 60?
He looks so good for his age.
He does, doesn't he?
Beautiful, yeah.
And she's just all like, "Oh, I've got the wrong Mr. Smith."
Is she prepping you for testicular cancer amputation?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe she struggled to make eye contact in the first place. That's what she's like
It's
looking
on
like.
spectrum, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't take a look.
yeah.
Oh God, it's another 60-year-old man. I don't want to look. But no, it turned out she'd got the wrong ball. So all things turning out, I'm still alive and I'm here. And anyway,
Happy 60th, man. And the bleach is on its way.
Yeah.
I have got a brain of a 60-year-old. I have to admit, I kind of sort of think,
Well, could you get it out and show it to us?
hang on, it'll be a bit messy. I can try.
It's in a jar in the fridge. Yeah. I was told off about that one.
The Man with Two Brains, Steve Martin.
It's a good film.
Yeah,
It's a great film, isn't it?
What's your next goal that you want to achieve in your life, and why?
In terms of comedy, my thing is just to do an hour show about talking about my learning difficulties and talk about the politics I'm interested in and conspiracy theories. So that's what I want to do an hour show that I can be proud of.
Okay.
And
And
to get
slightly paranoid about as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I can get my comedy out there, yeah. So yeah, I'm already paranoid anyway, so...
You can be proud of it and other people can be worried about it.
Exactly. Just spread the message. I always have a thing, like, I don't want to go too conspiratorial or the establishment will get whiff of me.
Yeah? Why? Is it like, have you got
They'll spike my drink.
I was going to say, have
With
you
bleach.
got some kind
No,
of
sorry, I can't help it.
secret body odour thing that we don't know about that's being kept under wraps? It is.
So have you
Very
got any
manly
more
smile.
up and coming shows that you're going to be doing this year?
Yeah, I've got loads of shows, so if you want to check it out, go to www.donbiswascomedy.com.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've got a few charity gigs going on. So I recently did a gig for the National Autistic Society. My advice to you is cut out the middleman and give the money straight to me. So,
Brilliant.
Makes perfect sense, yeah.
exactly.
Cool, yeah.
Okay, so I think we've clearly done a good demonstration of what humour and autism are like, and I hope you check out Don.
Just one thing I want to say before I go is just when you see autistic people out there, whatever level they are, it's a spectrum, remember, and autistic people come in different shapes and sizes. So.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you can't laugh at us. Like
And different colours too.
Exactly, yeah.
And different
The different nationalities, different sexual orientations, different ages, different races.
So you shouldn't judge simply by one outlook from one group of people.
Yeah, there's a big thing about it, sort of white middle class parents championing children. So it's a class and political issue because how much are working class and lower working class parents able to champion their vulnerable children, and how much are low working class autistic people per se represented, as opposed to all these,
Class is still a big problem in this country. We haven't got the facilities. I mean, that's why John McDonnell, who was a shadow Labour Chancellor, I saw him at book launch, and he had the idea of having a minister for university. The interesting thing about autism, is that it's not necessarily a disability, but it's a different way of thinking. But we have to treat it as a mild disability to a certain extent, because if we just say there's nothing wrong with us, we're not going to get the funding that we need. I'm not to say in a negative way, but anyone who's slightly different does need help, and we're not getting the funding, so we need to speak up more about it, and because the government are not going to help us. I mean, they've made so many cuts. I know friends of mine who've got Asperger's who've lost their carers or lost their benefits, and it's ridiculous. You know?
And there'll be a lot more in the coming years as well.
So have we got any autistic jokes? Anyone know any autistic jokes? Just work on autistic people?
I had a really bad one, which is terrible. I'm not going. This is a terrible joke. I'm not proud of it. When I first started comedy, I said, "What's the difference between a person with Asperger's syndrome and a chav?" It is a terrible joke. A person with Asperger's syndrome cannot read body language, as well as a chav cannot read. It's a terrible joke. It's a
Poor chavs.
It's a terrible joke, but you live and learn when you do comedy. Yeah. I don't want to be punching down, so...
Chased by chavs.
How about this one, right? There's two blokes inside the cafe, and the town's fire alarm goes off. The one bloke gets up and legs it towards the door. His mate shouts out, "Tom, I didn't know you was a fireman." And Tom turns around and says, "No, I'm not, but my girlfriend's husband is."
I had a joke about. I don't think this works because I suffer from depression as well. Yeah.
No, it's a joke.
Yeah. Oh, it's a joke.
I suffer from depression.
Yeah.
And they say the thing is that if you're depressed, you should write 3 positive things you've done every day. And that's one of the advantages of being autistic, is that you have apparently stereotypical autistic people have the same routine. So 3 positive things a day for me is just a copy and paste job. That's how lazy I am, so let's go on my internet, copy and paste. So it's so easy, or just to keep the same piece of paper.
Two autistic people walk into a bar full of loud music with loads of people everywhere.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
Great. The thing is also about autism. The people is the people. A lot of people with Asperger's syndrome don't like big crowds.
Yeah.
And that's why I started to go into political comedy, because I get no big crowds. So.
It's the only way to stop people laughing at you, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, me too.
So this is the biggest audience I've played.
What do you call an autistic person with like a job and a relationship and sense of humour and loads of friends and basically you go through an exhaustive list and you call them a neurotypical. But that's not true.
No, you just call them normal.
Just call them an autistic person, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think one of the things keep going on, advantage of being a comedian with mild Asperger's and dyspraxia means I take things too literally, which is great for writing. You have double meaning and stuff like that. So
it's raining cats and dogs.
Exactly. So.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the show, and like I say, on the news front, please don't assume that this whole thing that they found out using mice is going to lead anywhere to being a cure for autism. I've said it before, the only real cure to autism is simply communication, understanding, acceptance and respect. That's the only real way you're going to, as a society, both with the autistics and everybody else, are going to get on. As for that, Don, thank you for appearing on our
Thanks
show
very
today.
much for having us. Cheers.
And Paul, good to see you again.
Thank you, Tom.
And I hope
Social
to
protocols.
hope to all see you watch the next video on our next episode, which will be episode 4. I think we'll be trying to maybe do something around music.
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 You're going to get your guitar on.
Oh, I'll probably get my guitar.
Try and get Gary Newman on if you could.
Get Gary Newman on. No, very good. I'd love to get Gary
Well,
Newman.
Morrissey's autistic, they say, or he's
No,
Asperger's.
who's outed Morrissey? Brilliant.
Or Tom York.
Well, I've seen him quite a lot of times. I think it's 4 times now. And it would be great to out Morrissey.
What did he say? What are you doing in my room?
Yeah.
Anyway, bye. Thank you for coming.
Gonna wave to the bye.